Good afternoon, I suppose. Sorry for being late for 11 minutes, just trying to reconnect and all of that, but we are here. So, welcome on the Building Public Session 10,
Yep.
which is kind of the mini anniversary. Yeah, 10 is something that were built already. I was on the very first session with you, Julien, when I was quite impressed about how it started to be like easy to build because I'm quite far away from the building, coding and etc. But thanks to you, I start to understand how it works. So, but actually, this building public session is also dedicated for our environment, our projects, and our ecosystem. And actually, the target and the goal is to show how we could use it. What is Arthera subscription? What is the Arthera subscription management platform? And how we could easily integrate it in the dApps, as we say, one line of the code. So I think you're going to show it today. So
Yes.
welcome, Julien Beranger. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing you right.
It's
I'm not
Beranger. I'm not even sure myself.
Beranger. Beranger.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's start. I will turn off my video. This is your stage.
And just to return, kind of return the compliment, because I
Good.
want to say I'm kind of impressed of what's going on in the community. I see it like we see the metrics, we see everything grow super fast, and this is also very impressive. And yeah, I'm happy to show like today how we actually integrate with these subscriptions, which is actually like which is part of Arthera magic, I would say. So yeah.
I love it. Artera magic. So I'm here whenever you need me. Just give me a sign.
All right.
We'll jump into the conversation.
Thanks, Olesia.
Let's start.
So I will share my screen. All right. So yeah, this is my screen. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna add the subscriptions to an existing contract. So we actually started this a few days ago with the part one of this. So the part one was mainly just being able to deploy the contract, like we call it ISO functional, meaning it's the exact same code that we deploy to Arthera testnet. So that's kind of so these two first step that are also needed, and then the third step is to add the subscription. And so I'm going to show you guys how to do that. This is some upcoming tutorial that will be released this week on how to forget about gas fees. And so what we're going to do is basically to follow this tutorial that is on our documentation. You should find the link in the video notes. And yeah, so I'll show you how we did that. And maybe before that, during part one, we tried to add the upgradability for this NFT contract in I think it was 15 minutes or something like that, and we miserably failed. But so I actually added it last week, and so it means that this like I'm not late NFT contract is upgradable, meaning that the owner of the contract can do some modification on the contract itself, and it doesn't always make sense for tokens. In our case, an NFT, you obviously want well, it depends. It depends on the project, but uh, in most cases, you want to have this token in place, and there's basically nothing that can be changed, or we usually don't want any backdoors of any kind. But if we add this upgradability, then we give a lot of power to the contract owner. And I would say this is kind of acceptable if you have maybe some governance in place, some DAO contracts, or maybe just a multi-sig or something. So you have at least several people who can sort of validate the changes you're going to make to the contract. So what I can do is a basic PNPM test, and also show you what's going on in the test before we go into the subscriptions thing. And so we see these pretty basic tests passing. They are here, and what we test is the possibility to just mint an NFT, to transfer an NFT, which is the core feature of an NFT, of any token, actually. We also wanted this NFT to be like mintable only once, just like the white paper NFT that we have in place as well. And yeah, so the main difference is there. We're using the upgrades plugin provided by OpenZeppelin. And so instead of a basic deployment, the standard deployment, it's we deploy a proxy, and then people actually interact with this proxy. So they interact with the NFT contract through the proxy, and that actually allows us to upgrade that contract. And so yeah, here we have the I'm Not Late v2 that is here. Basically, I added what did I do? I added there. There's one more variable, and then there should be also one more function here. So we don't know what we want to add in the future. So we have this sort of placeholder new function, and here a new variable in a sort of placeholder I'm Not Late v2, right? And the tests actually show that that we can perform a proper upgrade for this contract. So yeah, I wanted to show you that, guys. Now let's talk about Arthera subscriptions. So we're going to follow that tutorial that was recently updated. So the first step is to log to the wallet. Arthera wallet, it should be the same, I think. We're gonna use I think v2, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. All right, so on this project, so the project was to kind of redeploy the I'm Not Late NFT with the subscription. So I used my GitHub account. So as you can see here, we're using, so that's an integration that we made recently. We used Web3 Auth to allow people to connect with kind of, several social network or other services like Google, GitHub, and some others. And we will, by the way, we will talk about that a little bit later. And so, as you can see here, I kind of already did it. So there, what I did was to basically create myself a wallet or to log in some way, because I'm gonna need, because as I'm making some changes in the contract, and eventually deploy my contract from hard hat here, I need the I need the private key of that guy. So I used this account. I don't know if I'm super clear, but anyway, so yeah, one important thing to understand, yeah, is that. So we want to create an account that will manage the subscription for the contract using Arthera Wallet UI. Oh, okay, I had the link here. And as I do that, I am the subscription owner. Okay. So this is the subscription owner, basically meaning I'm the application developer, right? And once I've done that, I can go ahead and follow the tutorial. So that's the very first step of say the integration process. Now we're gonna need this special contract that is called I for interface subscription owner, and we're gonna add it there in the contracts folder. Okay, and so that's what I just did here. So yes, once that in place, we're going to import it in our NFT contract. So the NFT contract is I'm not late.sol. And that's what we did here. So we're importing this contract that we need. It's actually the one of Arthera's system contracts that's called subscribers that needs this to be in place in your contract. So we know that the contract is properly subscribed and all. And so yeah, we want to actually import two different contracts. So the first one is this I subscription owner contract. There I can also say that we also can directly kind of directly add this contract here. I think this would have worked. Like if I do something like that, yes. So that would work as well. So there you can do basically as you like. And then we also need that ERC165, which is used for, I think it's to make sure that the subscription owner is an EOA, meaning a normal account, right? Meaning that it's not a smart contract. That's what we need to know, and that's why we have this ERC 165 imported. So that's done. As you do that, oh yeah, also we need to add these two at the beginning of our contract, right? Because we want our contract, so this I'm not late contract, to inherit from iSubscription owner and also from ERC 165. Ours, it's a little bit trickier because it's upgradable, so it's the upgradable version of ERC 165. And what I advise here is to put it in the beginning of your uh, sort of, mm, I don't know how to call that, maybe declaration or something. It's preferable to have it like in the beginning here for some reason. And I guess, yeah, ERC 165 often goes first, I put, because otherwise it can have some well, we can have some errors actually, like inheritances errors or something. So we want to avoid that. So to avoid that, just put the ERC 165 in the beginning and you're good to go, like we did here. Right. All right. Then we want to add, so once we have done that, so as we, yeah, it's the iSubscription owner is there. So our I'm not late contract is actually inheriting from this contract and also from the ERC 165 that we need. So we're good with the step 4. Now step 5. So the step 5 is for the step 5 we basically want to add 2 functions. This function was kind of already there in my contract, so I just added this part that is a little bit different from what was there. Let me see. Yeah, it was basically it was like this. It was like this, and we add one more sort of action there in this support interface um, action function. Sorry. So yeah, so we just added this one here, and that's it. I also added the ERC 165 there. So that's what I did, and then this specific function, which is the get subscription owner. This is something sort of Arthera needs to check if the contract, if the app is properly subscribed, and then allow you to whitelist your users so they can interact with the app without paying any gas fees. So in my case, since we have since this contract is ownable, right? So we have an owner for this contract, except that, I mean, it has an owner, but there is no specific. I'm checking like all the functions, and there is no specific, like, for instance, the safe min function could be what we call only owner, meaning it could only be called by me. And this is useful in some projects. If you want the minting function accessible just by you, then you would use that. But it's not our case. Like in this case, like we basically allow everyone to mint, at least if it's the we're just checking here. If you remember well, we're just checking if you already minted, and if you already minted, we just revert the transaction. We just and throw an error here, right? So there you can add a specific address. It doesn't have to be the owner of the contract. For instance, I could say have my Barack Obama here address. So if I want the subscription owner to be this address, I would just write it in a sort of static way. Would that work? Yes. Okay. And so this address would be the subscription owner, which is kind of an important role. And so yeah, on this project, the subscription owner is the owner of the I'm Not Late NFT, which is me. So okay, me without any specific rights whatsoever, apart from that kind of special power to whitelist the users, right? So I have several scripts here in place as well. So what I'm gonna do is to maybe create a new account. Um, that's going to be it can be any. I don't have. It can be. It's going to be my Quentin Tarantino account here. And Quentin has 0 token on his wallet, as you can see. So here we also check that we are actually on Arthera testnet. And so what I'm going to do is to whitelist this specific user. For this, I'm going to take my subscription. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you guys. Okay, so we're gonna whitelist Quentin here. Something we forgot to do, because once this is in place, we want to, yeah, that's what I'm saying here. And yeah, of course we need to deploy our contracts. Mine is already deployed, so I'm not going to do it. Maybe I can do it, by the way, just for the I do pnpm don't be late. I think that's the command. Will that work? Let's see. Okay, at least it's compiling. Okay, there we have it. There we have our contract deployed to Arthera testnet. And so now what I want to do is to go back to the wallet and yeah, this one is kind of already done, meaning that I'm already subscribed. So there, instead of this, you have a button where you can click, and you would click that button, subscribe. So you subscribe for a dApp plan, and there you're invited to paste the address of your contract. And so you would paste it here. So you click on subscribe, paste the contract address, and that's it. There's nothing else to do, actually. So this is something I've already done for that same contract, so I'm not gonna do it again here. But and yeah, that's so once you've done that, you're ready to whitelist your users, so they can interact with your service, without paying any gas fees. So yeah. So using hard hats, that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to whitelist Quentin here, using that sort of check subs script, and let's see what it gives. Okay, so this is, so yeah, just one word about the whitelist account function. There you want the contract address and then the user address as a second argument. A little bit later, I'll show you how to use that, like even in the front end. So yeah, basically loaded the subscriber's contract here with this special address, as it's a system contract. There, I also give it, of course, I give it the ABI, and that's it. And so right now, the signer is the subscription owner. So yeah. And so Quentin is actually whitelisted now. So we're gonna try to make Quentin mint that I'm not late NFT using that script. So this is a basic script. We talking to the NFT contract, which is the I'm not late contract. One interesting thing to note is that we have to specify the gas limit here, and you can put it at 100K. Like per as default, I would say. So yeah, that's one thing to do. What I'm going to do is to steal Quentin Tarantino's private key here. All right, I'm done with that, and I'm gonna put it in the .env file. This is Quentin, and I'm gonna comment this one. So right now, the main signer will be this fresh new user here, and yeah, we're just gonna give it a try. If everything goes well, we should have that brand new user minting his NFT without paying nothing. Let's give it a try. Let's go. Okay, we're done. So this is showing that the user balance before the mint, before the call to the safe mint function was 0. After the mint, his balance is still 0. Why that? Because he was whitelisted by the subscription owner. Of course, you have to imagine that all this is in an interface, and I'm going to show you one in a few seconds, in a few minutes. All this happens automatically. So this is, let's say, a little bit of work for developers, but as you saw, it takes I don't know, 20-30 minutes to integrate with Arthera subscriptions. So it's not a big deal, I would say. And then and then you have several options because so yeah, I'll show you an interface right after that and talk a little bit more about that. And so yeah, and so I just calculate the difference between the two balances, and it's just zero, and the mint is done. So let's see what's going on in the Explorer. Maybe I'm gonna take Quentin's address again and go to the Explorer, see what happened, and what I want. Uh, so for some reason, okay, I don't really know what happened here. um, is it the right address? Yes. Hmm. So we can see that 0x66 is Quentin, and so it's actually that guy here who is whitelisted and who actually has an NFT on his wallet right now, if I'm not mistaken. No, I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was minted 3 minutes ago. And by the way, if I try to do it again, I think it's gonna fail because I'm not supposed to be able to mint twice. So we can try that. Okay, so that fails. That reverts. Yeah, and it's basically telling me that I already have that NFT on my wallet, so I can't mint twice. Right. Um, right. What I suggest, let's try something else now. Um, what I recently tried to do. So this is a work in progress, huh? This is just a little playground. I try to integrate with Web3 auth, and so the cool thing about Web3 auth is that you can connect with any of these, pretty standard and uh, usual login ways. It can be Discord, it can be LinkedIn, it can be Facebook, Google, Twitter, Reddit, etc. Even it can also be an email or a phone number, which can be super interesting for a lot of different applications. And so if I'm not going to do it with my phone here, but let's give it a try with LinkedIn. Why not? I'll give it a try. So there, that service called Web3 Auth is generating an address for me, a wallet address for me, and it will often invite me to put the 2FA in place. Like quasi every time I will interact with the app, I'll be invited to, add more security to it. I usually skip it, but I should not. I guess I should not skip it. Um, yeah, and here we are on this little playground here. Maybe if I click here, I'm gonna have an old email address. Maybe no, that's not an old address. That's my email address that I use for LinkedIn. The network name is Arthera. Okay. This is my wallet address, so it's brand new, fresh, and there So for this little demo here, I used another NFT that's called Forget About Gas Fees here. And yeah, I think we can go ahead and click on mint and see if everything explodes or if that works or anything. So the app is actually whitelisting me as a new user, right? And the subscription owner is actually allowing everyone to interact with the app. So the app is whitelisting everyone like systematically. But in a lot of other cases, and in most of cases, hopefully, uh, I mean the service won't be free. So the application owner will be, what's going on here? Does that work? Hmm. Okay. I don't really know what's going on. I'm going to refresh all that. So I'm the same user here. Okay, that's the normal behavior. That's supposed to work. Yes. Come on. Yes. Okay. Fine. So I actually interacted with this and other NFT here through the app using Web3 zero double A on my wallet. I paid 0 gas fees, and I just minted this NFT. Let us see what it gives, what it looks like. Uh, okay, that's a mint. Um, one interesting thing to note here is that the someone actually paid for that transaction, right? And it's part of the subscription that is paid by the application owner, by the subscription owner, right? So the app actually kind of sponsored all my interaction with the app, interaction with Arthera. So yeah, I'm good to go. This is and there this is a homemade meme here that you can see. So yeah, we can forget about gas fees. What did I want to say? Yeah, maybe one last thing. As you can see here, so we have a lot coming. We have an app store coming. We have the what we call the SMP. That's the subscription management platform, to make it even easier for application developers, because right now you would do it through that through the wallet UI interface. But I mean, I saw the demo of the subscription management platform, and you're gonna love it. Why that? Because you can customize, you can personalize a lot of things. You can eventually set some pricing for your users. And in my opinion, one of the key features that is going to have is the fiat payment for Web3 apps. That's something that's pretty unique, I would say, in the whole crypto space. So welcome. Meaning that so we probably do. I'm sure we will do like, you know, demos and all of that subscription management platform. But it will basically allow you to have sort of a widget that you can super easily integrate into your app. Um, and that's in my view, that's a key feature. Like I you know I made this little paragraph here in documentation as a step 5 of that subscriptions integration. And yeah, there's going to be like a fiat payment widget, which is pretty unique. And so it's going to make it easy for sort of web3 native apps, but also for web2 services that want to uh, play around with the blockchain thing. So yeah, I think that's it for today. Our next session will be Friday, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, I'm really looking forward. Uh, you know, other sessions. Like we really love to build in public. Uh, as you saw, like sometimes it can fail, sometimes it can be successful. Um, Sometimes we I'm really looking forward to do that with partners that are actually integrating with Arthera, and so we can just build together in public. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Julien, again for this journey, a pleasant journey, diving into the Arthera, like a background. Yeah, how
Mhm.
does it actually looks like to integrate, and how it easy could be, and actually we could like speak a lot about the benefits until you personally try to do
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Sometimes it's hardly to understand how it really works. So welcome to try, welcome to test, just to, like, as we love to say, like, make it try, and then we will see if it works for you or not.
Hmm.
This is a warm invitation for the dApps to deploy it on Artera as soon as it possible, because the test net, I think it's a beautiful moment when it could be, this is a trial period, yeah, when we could experiment, we could exchange, we could really build in public. It's not only about the showcasing as you did it, but it's also welcoming for the dApps to join and to see what could be done together.
And also
And this,
prepare for the serious stuff that are coming, like at the end of October, because I think we basically, we want you to join, obviously. So the testnet, sort of basic testnet deployment is one step, and then integrate with the subscription is another, and then the next step is obviously the mainnet deployment, and that's coming in a few weeks. So get ready, guys.
yes, so the next session is going to be in few days, actually, literally on this
Yep.
week. We've been pausing for a while between the building and public, so we just try
Yep.
to get back into the hour rhythm. So I think the next session will be held by Bertrand, or
I
you will
think
do it
so. I think I
together.
will be there too, but yeah, I think we're going to focus mainly on contract verification, which is kind of important. And yeah,
That's perfect. So see you
Friday,
next
I think.
on Friday. I remember the day 21, but I'm not sure about the day of the week. It's quite a kind of intense days for now,
Yep.
so that's why there is
Yep.
gaps into them.
Thank you so much,
So thank you so
Lucia.
much. See you. See you
Bye.
soon.
See you.